and teaches the golfer how to get that proper release. So many beginning golfers, one of the biggest things, the hardest things for an instructor to teach them is how to get the proper release of the right hand and roll through impact point. But on this machine here, just by taking 2 fingers on the club, you can see that the toe goes up and the toe closes automatically. It really promotes the proper feel of the release and where you should be. Now, as you start swinging on the machine the first couple of days, the first thing I want you to do is just to get used to the feel of the ring, making your club stay on that ring, and getting used to that feel throughout the whole swing. I usually have my students the first couple of times on there take half swings back and forth, making sure that club is keeping in contact with the ring. Once they get used to that feeling, go a little bit further back, a little bit further through, until before you know it, you'll be swinging back and forth, and the club will be staying in contact with the ring throughout the whole swing. Now, what that is going to do for an individual, one, is give you the feel of your swing plane and where you should be throughout the swing. And feel is so important to a golfer. That's one thing I cannot teach an individual. Out on the lesson tee, if a golfer is coming off plane, I can only stop that individual and say, this is where you are, this is where you should be. But until that golfer can actually feel what I'm trying to tell him, it's very hard for him to repeat that, especially when I'm not there. And on this machine, by keeping your club in contact with the ring, it's giving you the feel of where you should be every time. Now, if your club has a tendency to come off the ring, and a lot of times individuals, the main 2 places where they're going to really feel this problem or see this problem in the beginning of using this machine is at takeaway. A lot of people have a tendency to want to take the club out, get used to taking that takeaway and keeping that club right on that ring. And secondly, a second spot is the transition from the backswing to the downswing. A lot of people get up to the top of their swing and they have a tendency to what they call cast or want to come over the top. Now, if you're swinging on the machine the first couple of days you have it, and you're getting to that top position and your club's coming off the ring, just try to get used to keeping it on that ring and starting that downswing with the proper hip rotation, and everything else comes in behind it. Now, as I was saying earlier, the exercise chords are the main focus of this machine. These training chords are going to train and teach your muscles to learn the proper swing. They're going to force your body to get the proper body movements throughout the swing, and they are going to help stretch out and strengthen the muscles that you use in the golf swing. Besides just training and teaching muscle memory, they're going to help you get added distance on your swing with your clubs also. Usually in about a 30 to 45 day time, you'll see your driver going about 20 to 30 yards further, because this machine is strengthening the muscles that you use in the swing, and it's forcing you to get your body involved in the swing in the proper ways. The cord to your left for a right-handed golfer works the backswing. The cord to your right works the follow-through. Now, for a left-handed golfer, it'd be just the opposite. The right cord will work the backswing, the left swing will work the follow-through, the left strap. Now, these cords, we're going to have you do some exercises, stopping at different stages of your swing and holding it there, to train and teach the specific muscles that you're using at that stage of your swing to learn that proper position. Because at different stages of your golf swing, you use different muscles. Takeaway is mostly arm, left arm. Halfway to 3/4, upper chest and shoulder. Very top of your backswing is lower stomach and back muscles. Same thing on the follow-through. Your backside is using left side muscles. Your follow-through is using right side muscles. Now, the 3 exercises I'm going to have you do when using this backswing cord. First off, let me show you the proper way to put it in your hand. You got the cord, you slide your hand straight in, then turn your hand sideways and grip the golf club. Now, 3 exercises I'm going to have you do with the backswing cord. The first one is to take the cord halfway up your backswing, stop, and hold it there. Now, as I said before, make sure that the toe of the club is pointing up so you're getting the proper wrist rotation. Once you get it there, stop and hold it. Now, you men or stronger individuals, what I usually recommend is to take your right hand off and hold it there. And you can see it's pulling against all the muscles on the left side of my arm and upper chest area. It's also pulling against the muscles down my left leg, forcing me to get that proper weight shift over to the right side. Now, hold it there for about 5 seconds. Now, as you do these exercises, as you go along, you may build up to 10 seconds, maybe even 15 seconds. But at the beginning, always start off light and work your way up. So the first exercise I told you is right there, stopping and holding it for 10 seconds. Second exercise I'm going to have you do is go into the 3/4 position. Right to there, hands at shoulder height. Now, once again, when you're using these exercise cords, it is very vital to make sure that your hands are keeping even with the ring. You don't want your hands to be getting back behind the ring or out in front of the ring. That's taking your club face off target line. So as you do these exercises, always reference over and make sure your hands are even with the ring. Put your head back down to where the ball would be to give you that natural feeling. Hold it there for 5 seconds and then release through. The third exercise is going to the very top. Making sure your hands are even with the ring. Put your head back down. Now, these exercise cords, as I said, different parts of your swing are using different muscles, but also they're doing other things also. One is they're going to force you to get proper weight shift in the lower body. A lot of golfers have a tendency to what they call reverse pivot, meaning on your backswing where your weight should be on your right foot, you have a tendency to reverse pivot and leave your weight on your left foot. What that's going to do is going to get, one, it's going to lead to very inconsistent ball striking, because when you leave your weight on your left foot, when you swing through, it goes to your back foot, and you have a tendency to hit behind the ball or lift up and top the ball quite a bit. But these cords, when you get to the halfway or three-quarter position in the very top of your swing, if your weight is not on your right foot where it should be on the backswing, and you're trying to stop and hold it there, it's going to pull you off balance. Let me illustrate that for you. You always want to get good weight distribution in the lower body, balance. You want to be balanced throughout the whole swing, but you want to get that weight to the right foot on the backswing and to the left foot on the follow-through. So when you go to the three-quarter position of the backswing and you try to hold it there, if your weight's on your left foot, it's going to pull you right off balance, telling you right away that you're not getting proper weight distribution. So in order to be able to hold that there for 10 seconds, the weight has got to be on the right foot where it should be. So it's forcing you to get proper weight shift. At the very top of your swing, same thing. If your weight's on your left foot, it's going to pull you right off balance. But the only way you can get up there and hold it in the proper position to train and teach those muscles is to have that weight where it should be. Now, secondly, these cords are going to force you to get a proper hip and shoulder turn in the upper body. If you have a tendency to swing with just your arms and not get a good upper body hip and shoulder turn, you're not going to be able to stretch this cord out enough to finish your backswing. Let me illustrate that to you. Now, just by getting arm swing, I can't finish my backswing. The tension in that cord is very tight. So in order to get a proper hip and shoulder turn to finish your swing, it's going to force you to do that. Right there. Force you to get that proper hip and shoulder turn, force you to get that proper weight shift, and now it's working all the muscles from my left arm to my shoulder to my side to my hips, back, stomach, all the way through. Now each of these three exercises, I want you to start off doing 5 of those a day, holding it for 5 seconds each. As you build up and gradually get those muscles a little bit stronger, you can go to 10 times a day for 10 seconds and then 10 times a day for about 15 seconds. These cords are vital. These cords are what are going to train and teach your muscles to learn the proper swing, the proper positions to be in. And after about 4 or 5 weeks, that muscle memory forms. And when you step out, that swing's going to follow you right to the golf course every time. Proper weight shift, proper hip and shoulder turn, all the way through. Now this cord here works the follow through the same way. What I'm going to have you do is take about an exaggerated three-quarter half-speed backswing, okay, and then come to the halfway position of your follow-through and hold it there. Once again, making sure the toe of that club is up. You may want to take that left hand off to get those muscles there working to learn that right side. That's the proper position you want to be in. Getting that proper release of the right foot so that you can get that hips released to get aimed towards your target line. Second exercise, the three-quarter position. Right before, as you saw, my club almost came off over. Stop it right before the cut in the ring.